Okay, let's go, everybody. We have the Masters Clash continuing, and today we got the match between the Hardos and, well, Team Ash, Team Arthurs, the old Team Arthurs that is now a little bit renamed. So we're heading into Shire. It's a best of 5 here on our hands, as you can see, as usual. And yeah, should be kind of good, because the Hardos, they're again in that spot where they want to win everything with a 3-0. It's the battle for the top, everybody. 30k in the #1 position, battling it out with the Hardos. And of course, we also have the Donuts that are still trying to get into a better spot here. And therefore, all of the teams are very, very eager to make all of that work. So yeah, with all of that happening right now, let's check out what the teams are going to go for. We got the Hardos already with the first pick as we're heading into the first map. Shire, as already mentioned. Cassia gets banned out immediately. With Bishops on the other side, you should probably at some point also address Hanzo. The guy is just, I mean, honestly, some of the Hanzo games that he played against other teams were absolutely incredible, and oftentimes they end up banning Hanzo or picking him away, so it's kind of funny. Depends a bit on the map, of course, as well. I mean, we're still, of course, looking at our offlaners first and foremost. We already have Chromie here banned out too, but I'm pretty sure that heroes like Rexa, Sonya, Hoga are still going to be addressed here too, so that's going to happen. And, well, let's check it out. We got our ban on Brightwing. Okay, so the Fruit Fly is eliminated. That's the first thing. So out of the picture is already good. So support focus again, which leaves all of our offlaners still up. And therefore the question that immediately poses itself is, are we going to see the man with the mask, the king of Shire, or not? And also, yeah, there he is. All right, Rexa, easy first pick, everybody. Yeah, let's see how the red team counters. And of course, if the Russians are playing in red, you know then it's a good day for them. So, well, there we go. And, well, let's see what we're gonna get with this. Uther is in, we got Hanzo, and, yep, time to shine, I suppose. The Uther actually taken by Renella right now, so we might even see him as a main support, and not even as a tank. But again, the Hanzo pick. I already talked about it, and there we have it. Hanzo gets locked in right away. Bishops wants to play him, and we'll see how much of an impact he's gonna have with that. I already teased it a bit that he's usually pretty useful to the team whenever he gets the hero, to an extent where many ban him out. If the Hardos are also going to be affected by it or not, that's something that time will tell. But we got our variant set up for Bad Benny, so after maybe he's back to his variant one-trick pony style that we saw for, I mean, was it the first half of the Masters Clash? I don't even know. But during the first half of the season, he played the hero so many times that it was just incredible. Yeah, Stukova is the follow-up, so you have still the taunt into the Lurking Arm here. And on top of that, we now have the ban on Junkrat. Are they going to try and play Medivh here? Why would you ban Junkrat in this setup? Doesn't make any sense to me unless you really want to play Medivh. And you can already tell, it's throwing a little bit of a wrench into the thought process of the Hardos as well. They're like, wait a second, what? So, let me see. I mean, again, variant with the setup, you can use Junkrat, but usually that's something that you more so try to get rid of when you're attempting to play Medivh, so that nobody can control the portal. But then again, there's already a couple of stuns there. Rexa can do that to an extent. Stukov has the Lurking Arm. Hoga gets banned out. Sonya has still not been taken, so there's that. And, well, let me see what exactly Team Ash is going to do. There's the Sonya pick. There's Jimmy. Alright. And that also still needs a little bit of additional tank. Unless, of course, they play Uther in a tank position, then they need another support behind him. But that brings us back into the picks for the blue team. Any kind of damage will do at this point. Nick has been playing a lot with Jaina. Is that something they're going to play on this map here? Time will tell, but it would definitely fit the composition. You have 2 stuns available with Rexa and Varian. You have Stukov with the Virulent Reaction after 13, but he goes again for Phoenix, which he's played already a few times. We get Chris on Tacita even, so good stuff on that. And that leaves us with the last pick, everybody, as we are headed into our first game, the first game of the best of 5. So, yeah. Let's have a little bit of a look what exactly Team Arthurs is gonna pick here to round their draft out and counter what we're seeing on the side of the Hardos, which is definitely a killer comp. And it's a Nubarak. Alright, with that we're set, everybody. Game number 1 of the best of 5. Let's head straight into it. Team Arthurs is going up against the Hardos. Game number 1, the Hardos against Team Arthurs. On the left side, Hazu on Rexa. We got Chris on Tacita, but Benny on Varian, Yasu is playing Stukov, and Hans, aka Nick, is playing on Phoenix in game number 1. On the right side of the map, Renella on Uther. We got Bishops on Hansa as expected. Kloster on Reyna, the 5th. Morenas on Sonia, and Inado on Nubarak. In case you missed last week, here's a quick reminder again. The rename, I mean, again, Arthur's Stroidram was abbreviated into Team Ash oftentimes anyways, so it doesn't really change a whole lot. The reason why they now officially adopted the acronym is simply that some of the players that were the backbone and even the former Captain Stork, they left the team, so the team has kind of reformed around some of the players that they had in the past. And they're going to play out the season here and of course try to do their best to reach the offline final. But that's the reason why you see a few new faces and a few old faces again on their lineup, and also why we're now officially using Team Ash as their team name, whereas beforehand it was Arthur's Stroidram, which was the official name of the team. So just in case that you guys weren't here last week and missed some of that, that's the reason why all of this is happening right now. Outside of that, they're still of course trying to do their best to reach the offline final. It has been also announced now by the Masters Clash that the offline final is indeed going to take place in Paris, and the date has been set. It's the 10th and 11th of July, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, in July we're going to have the offline event. They are still going to post at some point what exactly you have to do in order to attend, since with COVID, of course, you need, I think, a PCR test or something is what they hinted at before you attend the event itself. And there's a couple of other stuff that runs there too. A lot of information is already on their websites. If you're Googling Masters Clash Europe, you'll immediately find it and you get some additional information in case that you're interested. If you live close to Paris, if you live, like, I don't know, in one of the neighboring countries, you can simply take a train. Might be interesting to you to go there. But anyways, for now, what we have is a first Dragonite, 1 minute and 40 seconds in, so there was not a lot of resistance here. Whereas Team Ash simply took their camp. The Hardos said, you know what, we're not going to go for the camps this time, we're simply trying to get the objective as quick as we can. And turns out that they got it very, very quickly. So that is a crazy, crazy spin on this one. Yeah, that was a lot faster than I expected, so not bad. Well, for now, we got also the attack at the bot lane, getting a bit more aggressive here around the Dragonite, even invading, but Chris gets caught, and that's the end of Tacita. Tacita is already down, but they eliminated the wall in the middle. Early Dragonite is, of course, not really that strong, hasn't scaled that massively just yet, but even just taking a few of the structures down is always a win. So, good on them. That Benny is trying to piss Bishops off a little bit, but without any kind of support or damage, he can't really do a whole lot. And on the top side, the pressure play has also been executed. Morenas is in a bit of trouble on his Sonya, but not to the extent that he is going to die anytime soon. So far, so good. And, well, let's see what else they can pull off here. I mean, for now, it's just all about the camps. With the early Dragonite already taken, it's now time for the blue team to focus onto the mercenary camp. Siege Giants and also the Bruiser camp are currently under attack, and that's what they're going to take right away. Level 4 talents are of course ready, which means that the taunt setup can now work. After 13 it's going to be much stronger once you have the virulent reaction, but even now it's obviously quite powerful. When we're talking about the setup for Tacita, we are having again on the level 1 the static charge. We're going to have the plasma shield in, and he's starting to stack quite nicely here. Exterminator on Jimmy's level 1 is going to help them to take those camps a little bit quicker, and also useful of course for the defense. But outside of that, everything is still kind of fine, at least for now. I mean, right now we have the red team still doing their best to hold on. They are of course falling behind talents, which is a bit of a problem, but not by too much. The experience gap isn't really all that big. The problem is more so that push at the top, because that is exactly one of those timing pushes that we've been talking about throughout the entire season. If you're able to just push in with multiple heroes and a camp when your opponent is not really ready for it, then you will always do a lot of damage, and it's become quite evident at the top lane where the entire wall got dropped. So nice rotation here from the Hardos. They push some of the bottom lanes out, force a defense there, and then before Team Ash can react, they rotate topside to push with a Bruiser camp and get the entire wall destroyed. And they're looking for a couple of hero kills too. Here comes the dive into the back, Yasu, Denado, and they get the kill. Phoenix is starting to chase them down with the pew 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 a little bit. The aggressive warp towards the front to dish out even more damage. And there's the Misha stun against Sonya. Nicely done. Okay. So far, so good. Nicely done. Well played. And now at the bottom of the map, we already have Nick looking for the next Dragonite. And honestly, with Sonya still dead and them going easily for the mid lane, that should be the easiest Dragonite that they had so far. Well, maybe outside of the first one, if you're honest about it. Okay. Well, for now... bad. He wanted to go for the taunt there. You could see Bishops immediately starting to sweat, and he's like, no! Get away! And he barely made it out there. Anyways, now with the Dragonite taking down the fort in the middle of the map, no problems for Chris here, of course. The rest of the team is trying to pressure the bot lane a little bit. But generally, we're just waiting for level 10 talents to kick in. And now with all the structures that have been eliminated, the Hardos, they take the early lead on that. We got Tacita straight up with the Archon. On top of that, we now also got the Purification Salvo, a little bit of pressure against the Nubarak as they're trying to take Denaro down. And he's not the only one that is getting attacked. Yep, Morena's at the top. Also, a little bit of an attempt by Jimmy to help out, but that didn't work out either, which means that not only the fort in the mid lane is toast, the one top side gets also dropped. And the Dragonite is heavily successful here. A great opening for the Hardos. Again, for them it's important to win this series, ideally with a 3-0. They're still battling their private war out with 30k on who takes the #1 spot in the standings. And, well, that's something that they are currently trying to do, as already mentioned. So, as you can tell, with 4 kills to 2, a level lead, 2 forts destroyed, they're at least off to a good start. Now, Team Ash is likely going to be aggressive around this whenever they have a chance. Already, here comes the attack. Then real trouble. Nice salvo from Nick. There's the kill on Uther. And they get the the mercenary camp was stolen, but they at least take it down immediately. And the extra kill against Uther was, of course, also worth it. Nicely done. Okay. Well, Misha is coming in together with Rexa. And yeah, need to be a little bit careful. Yeah, invaded the hard camp, were able to take it, and now they're working at the bot lane. That was sniffed out. There's the cocoon. They're trying for the play. The arrow. Nice. The double connect. They go for Varian, but that Benny is still alive. Chris is starting to get some damage into, and they might be able to save all of them. But the stun and the kill. Stukov is down. Misha is dead as well. She barely got killed here by Team Ash. That was honestly quite close. I mean, bear with me here for a second, but I think if Hazu sees that coming a little bit earlier, then he might be able to barely save her. But it was an impossible situation for him at the end of the day. Now, at the same time, we got the red team playing aggressive around that little victory that they just accomplished, and they are stealing another camp away. We're hoping, of course, for more. We're looking at a kill, which they couldn't get. Misha gets attacked again, and this is just unbearable. Misha dropped. Hazu loses his best friend once again. And, well, here we go. We got the feedback in. The virulent reaction is now in play. And it seems like the red team tries for a Dragonite this time. Now, they are behind in the talent. I would be a bit surprised if the Hardos would allow that. And yeah, there they are in the mid lane. Get wrecked! Nice! They cheesed the DK. I love it. The Divine Shield in the middle of the setup to get the Dragonite. Awesome. I love it. We're going to take a look at that in just another second. But for now, Hanzo dies. And that, of course, puts a bit of a stop straight to the attack that Team Ash was setting up here. The Dragonite is also getting murdered completely. I mean, he's going for the French defense. He's just running away, trying to save himself. The Dragonite is on the run. Misha comes in. Ooh, maybe I'm not saving Reyna. Jimmy? This was Jimmy. Jimmy down, and that's that. I still gotta give them some credit. Have a look at this. Look, check the Dragonite out. Check out the channel that we're seeing in the middle now. So first the channel starts, and then the Divine Shield just as the stun is about to come through to make sure that they can lock it in. So really well played by Team Ash. But then they got murdered very quickly. So, yeah. was a bit unfortunate here. But I gotta admit, it was a pretty cool move. It didn't give them a whole lot. I guess it denied the Dragon Knight to the Hardos. But yeah, it was a nice move at the end of the day. So we got 30,000 damage now for Hanzo, our boy with the hipster beard. 27,000 for Phoenix. And they're invading again. They're trying to be aggressive. I mean, again, that's what they're best at. Aggressive play is always trying to go for a fight, especially when they're still on even talents with the opponent's team. Yeah, but Benny is getting zoned out a little bit. Sonya gets taunted. There's the Divine Shield. Brilliant lurking arm there in the back, isolating two of them. And here comes the salvo. Bishop survives for a little bit longer. Has to YOLO the arrow out, though, just to get a mini stun so that he can stop the pursuers. And Denado over here, he gets... yeah, he's gonna get killed. Eventually. He's gonna try and run away on the money pick. A little bit of a hiccup here. As when Benny was trying to go in. But look at this push. That is 3 camps. That's 3 camps right now that they're trying to set up at the bottom of the map. Yeah, have fun defending against that. Level 16 talent on the side of the opponent's team and a triple camp with in total 4 siege giants. I mean, are you kidding me? This is going to melt that bot lane away. They're going through the keep and maybe through the core like hot butter through cheese as this continues. This is just nasty. This is a nasty setup. I mean, look at this shit. And in the meantime, they've barely taken the camp over here, but they wasted a lot of time too. And it seems like the Hardos, they're not showing any mercy here. Nope. There goes Hanzo. He's dead, and the shield is also about to be gone. Great setup here for the team in blue. They're going for victory. They're dropping Jimmy. They're going for Nubarak. The cockroach barely escapes, but the core can't run, and therefore it gets just taken down within seconds. Easy first win for the Hardos against Team Arthurs in this series. GG, and well played, the Hardos, with victory on Dragonshire.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's go. We got the Hardos against Team Ash. And yeah, for now we have a 1-0 lead for the team in blue as we're heading into this. And they crushed. That push at the bot lane was just incredible. You have 2 siege giant camps and also a bruiser camp. You can't time that any better. The level 16 talent was there at the same time too. Was a pretty sexy setup. So now we're in Tomb. Well, Team Ash, they went for first pick, first ban, and the Hardos immediately said, well, if you go for first pick, first ban, we're gonna lock in the best map in our arsenal. We're gonna lock in Tomb of the Spider Queen. So they mean business today, as you can see. And yeah, with that, let's see what we're gonna get here today. I'm a little bit hyped to see what exactly they're gonna pull off. If we're just gonna see the normal setup or if we are seeing a couple of heroes that are a little bit more outside of all of this, but yeah. But yeah, anyways, so we got Hogger banned out, as he was in the last game. They banned him out here as well. Sonya is therefore still open. This is another map, by the way, where the Hardos oftentimes play Rexa. Depends a little bit on what they want Hazu on. Hazu is usually the Rexa player for them. So there's always the interaction between Chris and Hazu. When Chris plays the off lane, then they don't really need him. But it depends a little bit on the heroes that they're going to try and run here. So there's that. Malfurion, he gets banned as well. Arthritis boy gets locked away. So there's at least no root follow-up on any kind of variant shenanigans if you want to go for it. And, well, let's have a look at it. What's the last ban here for our boys in blue? Are they gonna finally succumb to the Hanzo ban, or are we instead just them banning Medivh? Alright, fair enough. If anything, I would have actually assumed that they were looking at Medivh, but no, that leaves Lucio open. Renella isn't thinking about that twice. He immediately says like, okay, if you leave Lucio open, I'm gonna get my boy here. And go straight for it. Does anybody know what those glasses on Medivh are supposed to do, by the way? On Lucio. Do they actually have a purpose? Yeah, look at these things, I'm always like asking myself, like, what is it actually doing for you? I mean, personally, when I have sunglasses like that for sports or anything, like the mirrored ones are usually a little bit better. His are see-through. Not really a fan, but well, there it is. Okay, we got Deckard Cain, the old timer, is in. Cassia is here too. Yeah, Deckard Cain not looking so fresh anymore. That guy survived everything. He survived COVID, he survived Diablo. More or less. Diablo 3 put an end to him, I guess, but still. The man has seen a lot. The man has seen a lot. That's why he's always telling stories. Rexa and Hanzo. Okay, so the man with the mask is in. The Batman of the Nexus is here. And also, we got Hipster Hanzo. Have you seen that hashtag on Twitter just the other day where baristas from Starbucks were like talking about people, you know, that come in with these insane orders where they want to have like a coffee and the list of the ingredients is like nearly a page long. Hanzo is one of those douchebags that goes into a Starbucks and orders that shit. Seriously. Where one of the Starbucks baristas has to work like half an hour for just like one coffee. One person in the hashtag chain has pretty much said, like, if you can't order your coffee with just 6 to 7 words, you're part of the problem. And I tend to agree. There's a couple of things where I totally understand if you want to have, like, modifications to it. But if you come in with a list that is, like, this long in order to give someone your order of coffee, then you are just fucking crazy. So, yeah, Hanzo is exactly that guy. With that hipster beard, are you kidding me? That's a soy boy if I've ever seen one. Anyways, tangent. So, we got the ban on Tracer. I'm a little bit sad that she got banned, honestly. I love myself some good Tracer plays. So Tracer gets banned. We have a ban on Jojo. No wave clear on that end. And what else do we get? Again, we still need to figure out what Chris is playing. And also, what is Nick playing? Is there a chance for Kerrigan? Tacita is back. Okay, apparently has a little bit... oh, okay, we're getting a little bit over what she do. The Tacita choices there are kind of cool. Wasn't that the last time already, last week, where they played Tacita? Was that them? I don't think so. I think it was another team that locked in Tacita a couple of times. I mean, anyways. So, we got the Tacita pick, we got Diva in for the side lane. That leaves us with Bad Benny's choice. And there's the Kerrigan. Plus May. That's a lot of control. May for the slows, Kerrigan for the setup, Rexa for the follow-up or the setup. And what is the last pick? Bad Benny. Garrosh. Alright. Game number 2, everybody. The 1-0 lead for the Hardos. Can they extend it, or will Team Arthurs or Team Ash come back now? Tomb of the Spider Queen is the second map in the best of 5, so let's head straight into it. Game number 2, Hazu on Cassia for the blue team, Yazu on Deckard Kane, Chris on Diva, Bad Benny on Garrosh, and Nick on Tacita. I mean, here's the question. If you are a Protoss and you don't have a mouth and a nose, do you need to be vaccinated? Are you vulnerable to COVID? Did anybody research that? Those are the hard-hitting questions that we need in the Nexus, and we just don't get answers. Blizzard, seriously, they're controlling all the information. Renella on the side of the red team, on Lucio, Kloster on Kerrigan, Denado on May, Bishops on Hanzo, and Morenas on Rexa. Also, can you imagine Kerrigan in a Kloster? That's just fucked up. I mean, that is gonna be some just screwed up shit. It's more like Andariel, honestly. Wasn't she hiding in one? I think she was. Anyways, level 1. We already got the body check over here. We got the Thunderstroke. And here we go. I can't get past it that none of these fucking Protoss has a mouth. Do you know what it sounds like when Tacita tries to insult you? Okay, so let's go. Let's see where we... Oh, they're brawling the mid lane out. And that's the first kill. Cassia is dead. Easy kill for the red team. I like it. That's the aggression that we were looking at. Good job. Let's go. Down at the bottom of the map, Morenas. This time he's the one on Rexa. I'm Batman. So, let's go. Denard on Kloster. It's time for the camps. I mean, again, as in the last game, the red team is going for the camps a little bit sooner. The blue team is currently checking out what's happening in the middle here. And hopefully, of course, also gonna deliver a few of the gems that they have. Nothing so far. We got... I mean, this is... Honestly, this could be a nice push. If they set this up properly with the early kill that they got, if they can get those chain stuns out once again, with maybe even Rexa moving into the middle for a setup, well, they could help Carrigan to set a good combo off and then just simply go for another kill here. If they take the damage dealers out, that would be the dream. But, well, no Indomitable just yet, and that is a dead Bad Benny. Yeah, easy kill. Second kill already. Nicely done. That's actually exactly what they need here. Good stuff, good stuff. So now they got the level 4 talent, they got the push going. And, well, here we go. I like it. I like what Team Ash is currently doing here. A lot of CC, but this is one of those combos where you want to keep the momentum up, right? You always need to be the one that really just continues to pressure, always threatens another stun combo, another kill. And it's gonna get a bit more dangerous as the game continues, especially now with Indomitable in, for example. It will be tough to make that same play that you just executed a couple of seconds ago against Garrosh again. Chris, on the other hand, yeah, needs to be careful and uses the bomb here to create a bit of space for himself. You have a slight surplus in gems for the red team. Question is only, can they deliver? Can they come in and simply deliver all of them? And there we go. Not so much. Alright, so. You know what would be a cool April Fool's joke? If Blizzard would just change the portraits of every single hero and would give them a porn stash. Look at the portraits at the top and don't tell me that wouldn't be awesome. Deckard Cain with a porn stash, Uther with one as well. I mean... The girls, I mean, why not? You know, we can go for the two. I don't care. But just imagine that. Just picture that for just a second. If every single hero had all of a sudden a portrait with a porn stash, just for like April Fool's Day or something. That's a cool idea. It's like very little effort. Even the two teams in the development team that are still left for Heroes of the Storm can pull that one off. Only good ideas over here. Perfect. Anyways, with level 7 talents around the corner, it's honestly time for the first turn in. And we have a couple of gems already put in. 33 for the blue team, but as it happens, the red team is delivering. Oh, no, not like this. They lose Hanzo immediately. Oh, that's unfortunate. But Benny, the counter kill, maybe? He can't get out. They body blocked him. Oh, that just feels bad. Again, kill for a kill. Started off well for the Hardos. They were able to get their first kill in, and that would have made for a really nice defense. But now that Garrosh has died too, it's a little bit of a different story. No level 7 for Garrosh yet, but here it comes. And of course the opportunity now to get some serious damage onto these walls. 3 kills to 1. I like what Team Ash is doing. I like that these guys are just always going for aggression. They didn't have the best season. Definitely gotta admit that. But they've been doing a fairly decent job. So right now, we have 3 kills to 1. The mid lane has been more or less taken down. At least the wall at the bottom of the map. Again, the gate has been taken apart. Not really too much damage in general. When able to take a fort down, when able to get any kills. The walls on most of the lanes are still intact too. But they might have another chance if they get the second Web Weaver wave. But for now, of course, the agenda, or the item on the agenda is simply to make sure that the blue team doesn't get an easy turn in themselves. There's a slight experience lead now too for the team in red. So maybe a chance to play around that a little bit. And, well, let's see. Already we got in the mid lane Dinardo over here. But Benny. They're going for their own camp. I'm eyeing the experience right now. I just want to see what's happening once we're getting level 10 in this. Honestly, one of the comps that I still want to see, I feel like one of the things that I'm most excited about these days is that we have some Tyraels with Judgment. Because every single time you see it, even if it's a bad choice, the game automatically becomes just hyper. It's immediately a game where you know shit is going down. And some of those blow-up comps that we had around Tyrael with Judgment are just kind of fun. But anyways, for now, we got the Decimate already in. Okay, the old man is telling stories once more. Level 10 is there, and they are trying to turn in together with it. But here we have it on both sides. Interrupt is not quite coming through. A little bit. Chris and Nick both gave it up. And here comes the arrow. Good save, Bad Benny. Saving Cassia, at least for now. The Ultralisk came in and tried to take him down. Not successful though. Carrigan! Can Carrigan carry again? Probably not. Denardo, 68 points. And he gets away. But yeah, they're on the run. Nobody died on the blue team side, and that gives them now an opportunity to turn in for themselves. Yeah, and that would be the first turn in for them with the level 10 push. We got 29 stacks for Cassia, by the way. 60 on Tacida. As we're talking about stacks, we got 11 on the level 4 for Rexa. They're still trying to see if they maybe can get a kill here, but honestly, if they're diving too deep, they're gonna get punished for it. You can't get into that corridor, especially if Garrosh is still above you and can easily flank in. If you're over chasing, then you are down a player within seconds, and you can't really afford that to happen when there's a push coming your way. So, well, down at the bottom of the map, that where Beaver is already a little bit of a sad panda. Spawns pretty much at the fort itself. But the rest of them, they're escorted towards the walls, and now it's time for the Hardos to do some serious damage. And they haven't lost a single Tomb of the Spider Queen game this entire season. This entire season, they have not lost a single time on this map. It is pretty insane. Yeah, the kill down here, nicely done by Chris. Problem is, gems could be taken, but Carrigan doesn't want them apparently. Instead, she was hoping to get some damage on Chris, I suppose. Yeah, that was not ideal, and now she's completely surrounded. Completely. That's a kill against Carrigan, no matter what. Oh, what? No fucking way. No way. Alright, there's the kill finally. Can you imagine the defense if they would have been able to get her out of this? The arrow from the top. Bishops once again with this Hanzo, but 2 forts have now fallen, and yeah, that's a problem. I mean, that's a big problem. We got 2 forts down. The wall at the keep is getting dropped to... Whew, that is some serious damage that they're executing here. Well, what else? So, 4 kills to 3. Damage output 22,000 for Diva. Yeah, Hazu, come on. Couple more Lightning Fury stacks. What's happening over here? Getting outplayed by the Overwatch hero. More Overwatch, more win. What's going on here? Chris? I would love to say that it's the German efficiency. But then again, last time I checked, Hazu was also from the same country. Unless ANG kicked him out because he was too funny. But I don't think that happens to him. I'm the only one that gets threatened by that. Okay. Well, there we go. Trying to go for Misha again. It's always bear abuse over here, honestly. Any animal rights committee would have a field day with Heroes of the Storm. It's just, it's unbearable. But anyways, by now we got level 13 talents kicking in, and there we go. Now with the level 13 on the board, finally they can start to go for an even battle with the Hardos. That was what this was all about. And here comes the ice wall. Yeah, that could be a kill. And they're trying for it, but look at Yasu and that setup again. Just from the side, the perfect opportunity for him to save Cassia and set the kills up. But talking about kills, Bad Benny, how is he still alive? Finally he's dead, but everybody else is dying too. Yeah, that's a triple kill. Renella gets attacked and makes it out, but that is of course a fantastic setup now for the Hardos. Check this one out. I mean, they go for Bad Benny over and over again, and finally they get the kill, but everybody else got dropped so low that it's just an easy cleanup job for the Hardos, and they're able to drop them within seconds. So 3 heroes, 2 heroes down, and the bottom keep has already taken damage. Great opportunity now for the Hardos to go for some serious structural damage here on the other side. So yeah, might be... maybe not the end of the game just yet, but they're definitely going to take a big step towards that goal, I suppose. The problem is really that with this push, you're very likely going to hit level 16 if you're playing for the blue team, and then of course the boss is up on the map and you can fall back to get that. So there's really a lot on the line here. That push alone is already going to be tough to stop, especially if the Hardos are able to get the level 16 talent soon TM. And yeah, if they do, then they can simply move towards the boss afterwards, get that, and push the top lane even more. Where D.Va is currently trying to take the fort down, and nobody is there to stop her, because everybody is attempting to deal with the mid lane pressure. But there's the level 16 now, and that gives us the scroll of the Stone Curse. Yeah, and Gareth was looking for another opportunity. Ice wall, alright. Yeah, not really that much. Okay, there it is. Push to the mid lane, keep is low, so is the one at the bottom of the map. Still a bit of pressure up at the top where the entire wall is already down. So if they're now going for the boss, they got a good chance here. And they can steal the camp away as well. There's still a mercenary camp down here that is easy pickings for the Hardos. Now, Team Arthur's, Team Ash, they got a couple of kills. I mean, they have 4 kills. They just are not able to get any structural damage in. They had 1 weapon wave so far, and that's just simply not enough. Chris is boosting out again. The camp is taken, and if they now try and execute a little bit of a play in the mid lane, should be able to take that keep down. Shouldn't really be that big of a problem for them, given the circumstances here. And, well, are they going to be able to make a play? Maybe not. Misha. Yeah, that's keep. That's keep. Chrysalis for Carrigan. Yeah, on 13. I mean, it hasn't really helped her too much so far, has it now? She died 3 times. And now they're not going to go for the boss because the 16 talent is just a little bit too close. So you can't really make that play just now. They're getting a little bit closer. 3 kills also for our boy here. For Bad Benny. And there's the level 16 talents now. So once again the Feigned Death is in. Maybe a chance to get a turn in. They still hold on to quite a few gems. Now they lost a couple, don't get me wrong. But they have a full turn in, so if the red team can turn in... The problem is, of course, you're going up against an opponent who still has every single fort, which means they can always fall back to the fountain, pre-tap it before they go into the fight, and that makes the entire setup even more difficult. But that's a free turn in. That's a freebie right there. And there we have it. That's the opportunity. That's the best chance that they have right now. Web Weaver waves. If they can take that down before the Web Weavers come in, that would help to position them a little bit better. But no matter how you are looking at it, you gotta do some damage now. Yeah, you have to go for some serious damage with this one. And, well, let's see if they can. 54 stacks by now for Cassia. 115 for Tacita. And they're trying to focus onto the mid lane a little bit further. But this is really the moment. This is like more or less all or nothing. If you are not able to do some serious work in the mid lane, or at least in other lanes now, then you're going to be toast. Bad Benny gets attacked. Bad Benny with a flip. There's the ice wall. That didn't hit anything. Misha is already dead. Ultralisk is out. And yeah, they didn't lose a single player. And they saved the fort at the bot lane. The Web Weaver is highly active. And it seems like they're going to go for another move, this time against Bishops, and he is dead. Hazu is alive, everybody else is on the run, Diva is still at the bottom defending, Denato is low, and they just can't heal all of that up quickly enough. But maybe now the quick kill against Garrosh, but another setup by Yasu. Seriously, this kid is just smurfing on them. Another easy triple kill. Yasuo is a freaking god. Check this out. Stops one, insta-kill on that, catches the second one too, and they're able to get 2 kills in the back of it. Now Rexa is the only one that is still alive, and they are going, of course, for the core. 75 stacks by now for Hazu. They got their level 20 talents in. We have 45,000 damage for Cassia, taking the top damage numbers of Diva. And that's looking good. 2-0 lead for the Hardos as they are locking another victory here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Still undefeated on the map. And with that, we are headed to game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely done by the Hardos here against Team Ash on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Alterac Pass, game number 3, the 2-0 lead for the Hardos, everybody. So, the red team, they came in with an aggressive draft into game number 2, but they could not quite pull it off here. And the first thing that happens is that Zeratul gets banned out. So, that's the first thing that goes on right away. I'm a fan of Zeratul. Like, again, anything that's aggressive, I'm a fan of. because it makes the games more interesting, it makes them more dynamic, it makes them more fast-paced, always assuming that you have a player that knows what he's doing on those heroes. But, well, there it is. Also, as we're heading into the ban phase, guys, keep in mind that if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you also hit that like button. And YouTube now has a new feature that you can applaud videos. So there's actually an applause button underneath the screen if you're watching it. So if you like the show here, that's the best way probably to support the channel if you like the coverage there in general. So thanks for everybody that has already used that in the past. Always appreciated. So now with Alterac Pass as our third map, we also got Medivh banned out again, but we had on the last map a Tracer ban, and honestly, I would love to see a bit of Tracer play at least at some point during this match. Then again, if you're playing on Alterac Pass and you want to make a play around the objective or the bosses, then anything that can get you some extra damage in there might be a nice idea too. We've seen a couple of those players already in the past, and Jimmy with Exterminator, for example, can be a nice asset, depending on what kind of draft you're running, of course. But it's generally not a bad idea. Stukov gets banned together with Lucio, since we this time have the Hardos with the first pick again. And yeah, there's the Hogga pick. Ooh. Okay, so Hogga in for, I think it's the first time in the series. Outside of that, he was always banned. I think in both of those games it was always a first pick for Team Ash. So one of the reasons why they decided to just ban Hogga out and not really deal with him. That leaves Sonya open. That leaves... I mean, honestly, looking at the bans, we have Brightwing open, we have Uther open, Cassia is still open, now she's taken. Sonya... I mean, there's a lot still available that you could definitely play here. Diva now for the top side, Cassia is already in. But you could definitely make something happen here with the supports that I just pointed out. At the end of the day, it always depends on what kind of comp do you want to run. If you want to run something that is a little bit more hinging on your global abilities, even the birdie might be a good idea here. Going for a false stat setup, for example. And yep, there it is, false and Brightwing. So much for the globals. Thank you very much for making me look good. Perfect timing for that double pick. So yeah, Alterac Pass, again, it's a big map. It's one of the reasons why we've even seen Vikings here and whatnot. But you can definitely start playing the macro game with that a bit. Have Hogga on some of the camps, try to get them as quickly as possible. False set maybe for some side lane push. A secret weapon pick on level 7 to get the extra damage in against structures if your opponent is busy somewhere else. ETC gets banned. I mean, ETC also has the pseudo global, one of the few tanks that has that, so there's that. And the last ban of the map could be of the series. As I said, for the Hardos, you need to win this with a 3-0. They have their little private battle with 30k. Everybody wants to go to the offline event at this point, and obviously after the regular season we still got the playoffs with a stepladder system, but still, should be pretty cool to see who makes it into the final 4 to attend the offline event. Because at the end of the day, that's what all the players want to do. It's not always about prize money. I mean, there's more than 10,000 euros in prize money on this one as well. But, of course, for the players, it's also really interesting to just finally meet again, you know, like be at an offline event. If you're playing against each other, you're just exchanging banter all the time. You're memeing around for like years and years and years, and then you have an opportunity to meet face to face. That's always kind of nice. There's my boy, by the way. I talked about him earlier, so we got Tyrael in. With the setup that they're running here, I don't think that we're going to see Judgment. At least it doesn't seem like that's the setup that they're going to play out here. But Tyrael is usually kind of fun. So with that, we now have Jimmy also for the potential Exterminator pick to pressure the bosses and also the camps. Helps against the objective, of course, too. And here on Alterac Pass, the last 2 picks, Hazu and Benny. May, and they like that Tacita today, don't they? Yeah, they got Tacita again. 3rd time that they picked Tacita in the 3rd game in this series. Alright. That leaves us with Renella as the last pick. And they still need a support here. What's up? Deckard Kane is still up. Malfurion is a potential pick. I'm blanking. What else do we have? Alright, didn't have Rhaegar on my list right now. But anyways, it's also a decent one. Okay, guys, Alterac Pass, let's go. Game number 3, the 2-0 lead for the Hardos. Let's see what they can pull off here on Alterac Pass. Can Team Ash bring it back? We'll find out together now. Game number 3, potentially the last map in this best of 5. Time will tell. For now, we have on the left side Hazu on Tercida, ladies and gentlemen. We currently got Chris on the birdie, Bad Benny on May, Hans is playing Hogger, and Yazu on Brightwing. On the right side of the map, Team Ash with Bishops on Cassia this time. We got Renella on Rega. Denardo on Tyrael, Kloster on Reyna, and Morenas is playing Diva in the first one. So let's check that out. Already a little bit of action in the middle. Seems like everybody is going for our bridge fight over here. Spray game is on point, marking the territory immediately. Level 1 Exterminator, as you can tell. Diva is once again hiding her talents a little bit, not purposefully. Unfortunately, sometimes that little bug or whatever it is happens, but the talents should appear for her in a few seconds as well. But every now and then, that's unfortunately something that's going on here. Yeah, besides that, the Journeyman cooking is also in. I don't really know if that makes Hogger a good cook. I have my doubts, but, well, that's that. Reminds me, I have to make pancakes again, honestly. Has been a while since I made pancakes, and oof, I just miss that stuff. Okay, so Diva has elected to also take one, the full metal over here. Can you imagine Diva headbanging? Like, that is just the wrong talent name. I mean, yes, I know she's making it happen, but if I see full metal, then I'm just thinking about headbanging and, I don't know, nice pogo circles and stuff like that, and then I look at Diva and I'm like, girl, you just don't really fit that description. That's not really the style that you're going for, I'm sorry. So yeah, big map, and of course now everybody is just still trying to push this out a little bit. Flanks are being set up. I don't really think... Ooh, careful. Alright. We shouldn't really see any early game kills here. It's gonna be all about the camps and escorting them a little bit further when you're pushing, for example, in the middle of the map. That's already happening as both of the teams took the camp. Normally the action starts around level 7, 8. Sometimes it's even getting delayed until level 10 when the heroic abilities are kicking in. The Rhaegar pick is always kind of nice. When the wolf comes in for the bite, that's kind of cool. And the doggy is moving in. But yeah, the Hogger is already there too. And here come our level 7 talents. A little bit of stacking, of course, going on with Cassia. So as long as she's able to get some early game hits in, that's kind of neat. Besides that, we got the stalwart Angel after the Justice for All. And off we go. Cloister gets attacked. Yeah, trying to go for Nick. Nick has been alive for like most of the games today. Honestly has a bit of an on day, doesn't he? Sometimes, especially when he's on his Hans account, it seems like he has some games where it's just like not going his way and he gets farmed a lot. Normally he still gets the damage out and trades, but today that wasn't really the case. He didn't have any trouble in this game. Now both of the camps are back up, which means that the side laners are immediately starting to do their job here in order to lock that in too. So there we have it. And on the right side of the map the same is happening. Rhaegar, of course, quite helpful with the lightning shield on that end as well. And in the middle of the map, here comes our setup where Bad Benny is still trying to take that wall down slowly. Yeah, the camps are up, the prisoner camps are in. And yeah, no, not quite. I always wonder what these guys were imprisoned for. Like, I don't really know. If you guys have any theories, you're more welcome. You're absolutely welcome to tell me. Maybe for bad jokes. They went full Halsey on that one, like, I don't know. Okay, careful. And yeah. But yeah, top side, Chris is now coming in, starting to do a little bit more work. There's the secret weapon, so if they leave him alone on the map, this is yeah, he's dead, isn't he? The birdie gets eaten by Rhaegar. Yeah, our doggy wants some extra food, so there's the kill. First blood, ladies and gentlemen. Nice. So with that, we now got Dinado already in position to go for the camp. And they are, of course, just interrupting. Haas is sitting at the side here, gets the Psy Storm out. And in the meantime, the level 7 talents are ready for both of the teams, but Jimmy hasn't taken his just yet. The Swift Retribution is in, and here we go. Objective is counting for the red team, but they're getting zoned away, and yeah, it's not really happening just yet. But at least they got a bit of a head start, right? So that kind of counts. Falstad, top side, still trying to do whatever he can here. But it's camp time again. Every time you play on Alterac Pass, you want to go for the camps whenever you can. Once that they're up on the map, immediately be present, take the camps. Hogger's pogging it out on the other side, same play as happened. And yep, now bosses are up too. 5-minute mark has just passed, so the bosses are up on the map. Which means technically you can try to get a kill in here. There's the polymorph, they're trying to isolate Yasu. And he's gonna get out, isn't he? Even with the slow from Rega, it's just not enough to lock Yasu down. You already saw that coming more or less. They're going for a bit of an attack in the mid lane too. Leonardo gets attacked here. They put the pressure on Bad Benny, but he couldn't get the kill there either. And that leaves this boy all alone at the top lane. And that is an easy drop off the fountain. So Chris can now move away once that bishops are starting to come in. But that's the wall destroyed, that's the fountain destroyed. And that's just the power of Falstad when he's left alone on the lane, especially after this level 7 talent has kicked in. The structural damage that he can dish out together with that, it's pretty neat. Pretty nice. But okay, so up at the top, the battle still continues, but we now soon have our level 10 talents in play. And then also we're going to see the mystery of what exactly Tyrell is going to go for. But again, with the lineup that they're playing here, Sanctification makes way more sense than the aggression around Judgment. Then again, it's the Russians, right? And it's set up together with, I suppose, Bloodlust. You know, why not? Full YOLO. That's exactly what we expect from them normally. Brightwing is actually waiting. Brightwing is waiting for the potential Emerald Wind pick. I'm pretty sure he wants to go into the Blink heal here, but depending on what gets taken by Rega, he is going to make adjustments, I assume. So now we got the Shockwave out. Pretty much the talents that you would expect. Brightwing goes for a Blink heal. We didn't really see any Judgment shenanigans, no cheese setup, so even if Rhaegar goes for the Bloodlust, then whatever. You can simply play around that. Gust it away, for example. That's the problem if you're picking Bloodlust against the Falstad. If he is present, then he can simply just gust you away. There's also the Ice Wall that can slow you down a little bit at least, and then your entire Bloodlust setup evaporates. And of course, everything kind of hinges on you using your aggression during that little time frame that you have there. But anyways, by now we got still 1 kill against 0 and we're already on level 11 and we haven't seen a single objective yet. Both of the teams have just simply ignored it completely, and instead it's the blue team that is pushing lanes the entire time. So they're currently doing the best they can, going straight up down to the bottom to take some of those structures down. There's the Ice Wall though, but they won't be able... Well, there's a Shockwave and there's the double kill. Nice. Yeah, I won't be able to get out of this one. Well done. We haven't really seen a whole lot of kills in this game, so let's take another look at this one. I mean, the Ice Wall hits perfectly. Tyrael was isolated. They drove a wedge between them. He was trying to get out too, and it just resulted in both of them dying. So a neat double kill for the Hardos, which also gives them enough presence on the map to make a play for the objective. But Benny is the one to stick around, whereas Hazorps is trying to get the extra experience here on the lane. And at the bottom of the map, Yasu and Chris are still doing their thing. Alright. Yeah, the push up towards the top lane now, trying to take the next fort down. And especially on maps like this, I mean, you can see once again how important it is to rotate. Just look at the little gap that we already have after 8 minutes in minion experience. 23,000 against 22,000. So it's not really as big as we've seen on other maps, but again, it is quite telling that there's always a favor, that the Hardos are always like favored in this exchange. D.Va gets taken down too. Blizzard, of course, doing their best to make Heroes of the Storm more casual with every single patch that they throw out. So now Experience Globes will stick around for 45 fucking seconds. I mean, to be fair, after the first 6 seconds, when they normally disappear, you don't get the full value anymore. But even the fact that you get 25% just makes it so much less punishing if you're missing out on minion waves. It's absolutely incredible. So yeah, Blizzard is going full casual. At some point they're just gonna remove the additional lanes of every single map and turning the game into a full ARAM mode. Full brawl, nothing else. It's gonna happen, just mark my words. We're maybe a year out of that being put in here. But yeah, nice kill again from... Oh, there it is. Yeah, Sanctification doesn't help when you're only looking at it. You have to actually stand in this one. So they got the earlier kill already with the Tacitus Archon, but now they got the objective, they got the kill on Tyrael, they already took Jimmy out, and oh boy, This is not looking good because the objective has already destroyed the top fort. In the middle of the map you can see the same thing happening, and at the bottom it's also taking place. It's a 2-level lead with 6 kills to 1. The game started to snowball heavily. It's kind of crazy. Now they're pushing through the bot lane in an attempt to... I don't think they can take keeps down. That would honestly surprise me. Then again, with level 16 being this close, you know what? They might actually have a chance to make it happen. But even just opening the walls on the keeps up is already a big lead. Oh, no! Bishops! Get saved by Tyrael's shield. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Well, and here we go. They're taking that keep down to 50% HP. Which means you take a bot lane boss and then you are in for a real treat, and that is pretty much an auto-destruction setup. But with a level 16 they might... Oh god, no, if they can get the kill. I was just about to say, with level 16 they might get that keep after all. If they get the kill, they get it 100%. 36,000 damage for the birdie now. And 24,000 for Cassia. Yeah, Team Arthas, they're a little bit outmatched here. Again, it's what you would expect. I mean, this is still the Hardos that they're going up against, one of the best teams that we have in the standings in this league, so it's not really an easy game, and these guys have a lot of former pro player power on their setup. I mean, the only player on the blue team that has not played Heroes of the Storm professionally in HGC, when that was still a thing, is Yasuo. He's the only one. And Yasuo is beastnit. I mean, that bad boy is one of the best supports that we currently have in the game. No questions asked. He's just crazy. And he's showcasing it every single game, pretty much. Prisoner camp is coming up, another 27. And since we still have more than a level lead for the Hardos, they will have the talent advantage for the fight. So there's that. And let's see what exactly they can do here. Right. Okay, down at the bottom of the map, we already got the boss getting attacked, and as I mentioned, with the talent advantage, yeah, there's this. Already is happening here, and that's an easy takedown. And that is, the bottom keep is gone. The bottom keep is gone. I mean, they're not even trying to defend it. What honestly concerns me a little bit more is that they all move to the top lane to try and take this boss. The problem is that I don't think you can go for core here, because again, it's armor shields that we're talking about. You want to remove a second one normally, but with the objective up, that's another big blow. If you go and lose the bottom keep and then your objective comes in and the second one gets dropped, that's a great opportunity to end the game. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. Anyways, but there we have it. Easy kill on the keep. Down here, the objective is looking really good too. They got the level 60 now. Maybe a good Bloodlust set up this time, but especially here in the corridor, when Chris gets a good gust off against the opponent, once that they use Bloodlust, they're just toast. There it is. Are we going to see the gust? Gust is being used, the wall is out, and all the value that he could have had from Bloodlust are more or less gone now. So yeah, that is pretty ineffective. Jimmy is down, already got chased. The core is losing some hit points against the boss. Top boss is of course also doing some work. Chris on the other hand, flanked from behind. They get Cassia, they go for Rega. Renella is also down, that's 3 eliminated. The pilot is dead too, and that's of course an easy shot for the core now, especially with the objective moving in as well. They're making the play to end the game, end the series. The Hardos on their way to the #1 spot in the standings once again. Their little battle with 30k not over yet. They take down Team Ash with a 3-0 here at the 12th Playday of the Master Splash. Nicely done, and another convincing victory on Alterac Pass. GG and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.